So I just watched the third and fourth episode of Murderbot. They are still following the general plot of the first book. Premise of the first book is Murderbot is tasked with guarding these group of surveyors who are analyzing this planet for potential terraforming, and they encounter some creatures that were not in the initial report, and they're like, was that intentionally hidden by the report, or is someone trying to kill us, or is it just a mistake? And there's some glitches on the map that they're investigating to see if those are intentional omissions on the map or if it's just company technology being terrible, which is very common in dystopian corporate ruled setting that this whole thing takes place in. The big difference in episode 3 was, well, in the book, Murderbot goes with them on this trip to investigate some of the like blank spaces on the map. In the show, they decide to leave Murderbot at the like main base and they don't trust it. That is an invention of the show for drama. I don't like it. People act stupid, like really stupid in this show for the sake of drama, which was not a thing in the book. They would do emotional things that aren't logical, but it didn't feel like stupid. There are actions in this show that are dumb, very dumb, and it just takes me out because it's like these people shouldn't be this stupid. They really shouldn't. I don't know. It really rubbed me the wrong way. The characterization of the human characters feel very different than the book, and I still am waiting to see where they go with it before I disparage it completely. But right now, I am not I'm not feeling the way they're portraying those characters. Mensa's very different. They've given Mensa a bunch of panic attacks and has made her feel like a much less effective leader. And I hope what they're doing with that is giving her a character arc that she becomes the person that she was in the book. And that's what they're going for. Right now, I don't like it, but I'm open to having my opinion changed on that because if it is like some big arc of her becoming that like intrepid leader that she felt like in the book, then I'll do that. I'm fine with that. But right now she feels very ineffective. But she did save Murderbot like she did in the book. And then, well, what is his name? Gudikin? I've never had to say it out loud because I only read it. But you know the guy who's always suspicious of Murderbot, that guy. I'm fine with him. He feels like a consistent character. There's ridiculous aspects that they have added to his character, but at least I find him watchable. The other three are insufferable. So insufferable. And I know what they're going for and I get it, but they don't feel like people. They feel like caricatures of people. They're like, this version of this kind of person. Here's that version of that kind of person. Here's this, a guy who's trying to be macho, but he's kind of wimpy. That's that. Like, they don't feel like people. They feel like stand-ins. Now, you didn't get too much details of those characters in the book, and they were kind of in the background, but I'm not sure I'm happy with the way they decided to run that. It feels weird. They're following generally the plot of the book, but they did add a bunch of scenes. I liked seeing the background of them making sec units in episode 4, like seeing that history and kind of giving that context to the audience. It was very funny and dark, but in the right tone for that show. But beyond that, they follow the story beats of the book pretty well. In episode 4, they go visit the other survey team on the planet, and it's completely like annihilated. and Murderbot finds another sec unit that is kind of rogue, and they fight. The fight scene in episode 4 was fun. I enjoyed that. Like, using the theme song of Sanctuary Moon in the story, and Murderbot singing it just to distract uh, the, the other sec unit is stupid but funny and charming, and that's kind of what the tone of it. It's kind of dumb, but in a charming way. That's kind of how I feel about the show so far. It is heavily relying on its comedic undertones, which for it I think work. Still, their depiction of Murderbot's favorite show, Sanctuary Moon, is perfection. It's like the best thing. Every time they cut to it is the best part to me. And I really like how they're using it, where they're using it to convey things about Murderbot's mental state. I mean, when it like gets infected with the combat override thing and is kind of loopy and thinking that like Mensa is part of Sanctuary Moon and is all over the place. I loved that because it visually conveyed that part of the book in a funny and charming way, and conveyed that moment of when Murderbot is like, oh, she's like an intrepid explorer, which was a very small part in the book, but they kind of expanded, and I kind of love that. It's goofy and charming and fun, and that's the best part every time. Love it. Murderbot gets implanted with the command override thing that will turn it against the humans if it goes through, and at the end it decides to sacrifice itself for them despite its annoyance, like in the book. And then the episode ends. My concerns of the characterization aside, I really am enjoying it. It's very fun. I think the tone is very effective. That's probably the best thing it has going for it. It's just that kind of zany tone. And I'm down for that. I'm here for it. I get what they're going for, and I'm willing to go along for that ride. But tell me what you think of the Murderbot show so far. If you want to be notified when I upload my next review of Murderbot, please subscribe. And if you want to read a different story about a sentient murder machine, do check out my book, Bone Song, Diary of a Sentient Sword. Read the first chapters for free in the link below.